When American revolutionaries established a new government based on the sovereignty of the people, it was truly a radical idea. The power of the nation was not entrusted to a monarchy, but to its citizens. Each generation since continues to debate and shape this bold experiment. The Smithsonian's exhibition, Voices and Votes: Democracy in America, explores questions sparked by that revolution. Who are the people? Whose voice will be heard? How do we spark participation? And what are the rights and responsibilities of citizens? In late 2019, the Smithsonian went into towns hosting the exhibition to further examine these questions with community members. Although their views are unique and may be different from our own, can we find commonalities and opportunities for conversation? Where do you see yourself in this evolving story of American democracy? Voting gives us a voice in our democracy. It is a powerful tool citizens can use to impact our democracy and our daily lives. The reasons people have for voting, participating in political life, or feeling disengaged with politics are as diverse as our country. Some see it as a civic responsibility. Others go beyond voting and are inspired to run for office. But others choose not to participate because they do not feel represented. What does voting mean to you? Marlene Bastien's experience under a repressive Haitian dictatorship made her grateful for the rights she found in America, especially voting. Although excited to vote, her first time going to the polls was not positive. But the experience only motivated her to help others recognize the importance of voting.
And I was disappointed by what happened, and then I was one of the witnesses to testify about some of the efforts that were being made to prevent me and others from voting. Lines of people shouting insults at us while we tried to vote. Fortunately now, people understand better that when they go vote, they should not let anyone deter them from exercising this sacred right, because voting is a sacred right. And then even now, every day, efforts are being made to trample in that vote, to prevent them from voting. But when I voted the first time, I was extremely excited because for the first 22 years in Haiti, I did not have a chance to vote. And then that's why at our center, we give our members information about voting. We train them about how to vote because we believe there is nothing more powerful than the right to vote, the right to exercise your sacred right to vote. And there is no power greater than that.
Many Americans think their vote will not make a difference. Cody Wyatt of Arkansas works hard to make sure her community members recognize the importance of their voice.
And a problem that our community faces when it comes to election time is people just don't care because they think that they get there and no matter what they put on that ballot, they're still going to not get the services they think they deserve, or their tax dollars are going to be wasted no matter who's in power. And so if I could just get through to people that they really do matter more than they realize, especially in a small community, when it is those local elections, when you're deciding your mayor and your council people, that is a bigger impact than on a presidential election. And these are their dollars that they're spending every day at the grocery store and at the gas station. And if they want those tax dollars used appropriately, then they gotta vote for the right people.
What can be said to someone who feels disenfranchised? Dr. Matthew Whitaker of Arizona focuses on the struggles of those before him and his hope for the future.
How do you give people hope who feel disenfranchised? I think one of the main things that I impart to them is that my vote is valuable to me. So I vote because I have an opportunity to do so. I have a vote. And whether I see my desired outcome of an election to me is not the most important thing. It's less important to me than knowing that I exercised it. It's mine. And people have suffered and died, particularly my own ancestors, through 246 years of slavery, another 100 years of Jim Crow. They didn't catch all of those backside whoopings and torture and death and dehumanization for me to not exercise this right and this power that they've given me. And again, it's not about only valuing it if my woman or my man is elected. It's just the fact that I have that power. And so I think we have to take some of the selfish element out of our franchise. We need to be selfish in the sense that it's ours and we need to value it. Each one of us has that opportunity. But our casting it and our hope for our democracy is not about us. It's about a belief that in doing this, we are doing the right thing. And in the process, through lots of ups and downs, we will continue this forward march.
Do you feel voting gives you a voice? Tell a story about what voting means to you. Share your story with a friend. Search for other Voices and Votes programs in your community. Or talk back to the Smithsonian by visiting museumonmainstreet.org and let us hear your story.